The country's currency seems to be on the rise in the sports field, with Bafana Bafana and South Africa's under-19 cricket team in the semi-finals of the Africa Cup of Nations and the under-19 Cricket World Cup, respectively. Now, just before he jets off to Côte d'Ivoire to watch Bafana Bafana, we now catch up with the Minister of the Department of Sport, Arts and Culture, Minister Zizi Kodwa. Good morning, Minister. Once again, welcome to Sports on Morning Live.
Good morning, Mapolo. Thanks. Good morning to you.
Let's start off with the national cricket team, because they're currently going to be in action at 10 a.m. this morning at Willamore Park. Now, this under-19 cricket team goes up against India. Despite all the negative reports that came with the captain at the time, David Teager incident, this team has really come together and focused on the task at hand and are now in the semi-finals at the World Cup. What have you made of their performance so far, and what words of encouragement do you have for the youngsters?
Their performance has been phenomenal, fantastic, outstanding. When I met with them before they played their first game of the tournament, I remember this was a rare opportunity for South Africa to host the ICC Cricket World Cup. And I think they've demonstrated, and they put some of the best bowlers. I mean, if you look at what I call him the destroyer, Kwena Mapaka. And I think what it says is that we've got a bright future in terms of the cricket national senior men's team. If you look at how these 17-year-olds have performed. Today we are playing at the semi-finals. Last year, we closed the year on a very positive note, Mapoloba, in terms of sport in South Africa. It looks like we're continuing on that trend. We're at the semis today, playing in Benoni against India, tomorrow in semis in Ivory Coast, Bafana Bafana. I am now this morning joining them, and I made a commitment when I spoke to them that I will see you at the semi-finals. The president will see you in the finals. And I think they've carried that commitment. I think as a country, we continue to produce from the sports, arts and culture front the best results, positive results for the country. And I think it was very good for the country that both our men's team under 19 as well as Bafana Bafana in Los Angeles can only make us proud in South Africa.
Indeed, and as I welcomed you this morning, I wasn't sure if I should say good morning, coach, or good morning, minister. But as you speak about the under-19 team and how they've produced world-class stars like Kagiso Rabada, the likes of Adam Makram, do you think that this team has what it takes to emulate the class of 2014 and go all the way and win the tournament?
I have no doubt. I mean, when I spoke to them on a few occasions, the under-19, both in Johannesburg as well as in Potchefstroom, it's very clear in my mind that they understand, but also this thing of patriotism in our teams, that they do what they can for the sake of the country. And that language is what motivates and encourages me and encourages them too, that they do everything on the field, even avoiding off-the-field issues. You spoke about some of the negative commentary for the start of the tournament. They avoid that. They focus on the field, and there's this patriotism that is driving all our national teams and all our athletes, all our arts and performers. And I think that is very good for the country. And I think they will go to the finals, the under-19, as well as Bafana Bafana will go to the finals. I'm confident about them.
And we absolutely love that you're so confident in both these national teams, Minister. Let's talk about Bafana Bafana, because you mentioned that you're going to Côte d'Ivoire to watch them in the semis. And this is a team that when they left South Africa, not many believed that they would even get out of the group stages. What is your message of support for them ahead of that clash tomorrow up against Nigeria?
What they've demonstrated, they've shown Bafana Bafana since the first game when they lost to Mali. Remember when we went to the locker room, and there was a video that went viral about it. Because all what you needed was to give them confidence, encouragement, and motivation. It is not the first time that in a tournament, whether in the Continental or a World Cup, a team loses an opening match. Here in South Africa in 2010, you had Spain, lost their opening match, yet they went through up to the final and lifted the trophy. Again, Argentina in 2022, they lost their opening match. So there is experience, and I said to them, this is just the beginning. And I think it is that loss to Mali, which was a shocker to them. I think that gave them strength and the motivation. It was important on almost every match they play. The president and I, we sent messages to coach, the real coach now, Coach Bruce, as well as Ron Wen, who have done extremely well in terms of providing leadership to the national team. And I think as I meet them later today, in Ivory Coast. I'm sure that motivation too will keep them going tomorrow.
Indeed, Minister, thank you so much for your time this morning. Safe travels to you. We'll see you out in Cote d'Ivoire.
Thank you very much. I call on all South Africans to rally behind our boys tomorrow, to rally behind our under-19 men's cricket and Benoni this morning. And I'm sure all these two teams will do us proud.
Indeed, and as we speak about those two teams, that was the Minister of the Department of Sport, Arts and Culture, Minister Zizi Kodwa.